Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. How are you all today? I hope I find you well as we continue on with this awesome streaming week, the first week of the official busy fall gaming season. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of September, 2023. And we are completely flipping the script on my gameplay streams today. While yesterday was Action Day with Armored Core 6 and Street Fighter 6, today is RPG Day. Time for open world exploration and fun in Starfield as we continue on exploring the Sol system and beyond. And tonight, we're in awesome optional content of Chrono Trigger, the JRPG classic from the 1990s, which I have been very much enjoying playing with all of you over the last month, and we're starting to near the end, although we do have to kind of come to a decision on what side content we are and aren't going to do, because it looks like we absolutely could be doing a lot more side content that's newer for this version of Chrono Trigger, and we'll talk about that. So anyway, welcome everyone to the show. I hope I find you all well. I hope you're having a good week. I'm having a great week on streams and been really enjoying the stuff that we've been doing together, so I hope that you guys have too. Jasper Kitty is here with me this morning. I'm petting him right now as we speak, and he may probably jump up on my lap and on the chair during the course of the podcast, or maybe he won't, you know. He's his own cat. He does what he wants. He has the freedom to do whatever he so wishes. Like that. See? See that? I didn't prompt him. He just decided, I'm going to be part of the show today, and he leaps up, and look how nice he looks with the nice blue down lighting like that. It's amazing. He's licking my head. Very nice. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Good amount of stuff to talk about today. We got a few news stories, a game delay that's kind of interesting but makes sense, and a couple other updates and things to discuss today. An update a little bit on the controversy going on around Starfield, which I think is absolutely hilarious, but it won't be too much of a discussion about that. I kind of talked about it yesterday. Updates on ongoing playthroughs from yesterday, good updates, positive updates, and that's going to allow us to now have a choice about the future of my content in Street Fighter 6. We'll talk about that in a second, and all kinds of other stuff. Another key factor that we need to start considering that I actually totally forgot about, all right? Mortal Kombat 1 is coming out on the 19th of September. Unless you buy the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition supposedly comes out on the 14th of September. Now, here's the deal about Mortal Kombat 1, all right? I'm more invested in Mortal Kombat 1 for the story, all right? The narrative, and whatever single-player content there is, okay? There is other content. Of course, it's a multiplayer fighting game. And am I interested in trying it online and playing for a little bit there? I am. But just to forewarn all of you, after having tried that beta and seeing how far inferior the netcode of Mortal Kombat 1 was in that beta to anything Street Fighter 6 has done, it makes me worrisome that I'm really going to enjoy this game online. If the connections continue to be that slow, I mean, on average, my best connection was 100 milliseconds, which is just too slow for competitive play. I'm not going to want to play this thing for very long online. You know, I could see myself messing with a couple different characters or whatever, but after having played a few sessions, I might just get like, why do I want to play this? It's so inferior to Street Fighter 6 that I'm probably not going to want to care about it, right? But the narrative, the story of NetherRealm fighting games is always great. I'm excited to see this reboot plotline. And of course, this game supposedly has a whole new single-player mode to check out with all kinds of fun unlockables and challenges and things that might be fun to watch. So, for me, I've already bought Mortal Kombat 1. I already own it, all right? But the question is it worthwhile enough that you guys might want to see me get the earlier version? Much like how I just did with Starfield. Pay a little extra, you get the earlier version. The other question is, Jasper, you have a scratch on your ear here. You gotta be careful about that. You don't know the sharpness of your own claws. The other thing is, I don't know if Mortal Kombat actually offers an upgrade. Like, I pre-ordered the standard edition. Can I upgrade to the premium edition so I could get it early? Or because I pre-ordered the standard edition, am I boned? Am I locked into that and I can't upgrade? Because if I can't upgrade, then forget it. Then I'm not getting the premium edition. It's not even a consideration. You know, so I guess that's the real question here is what are the options? I don't know because I haven't... Say hello to the camera, Jasper Kitty. I don't know the options because I haven't looked into it detailed. But obviously I'd like, man, my controller's not here. I was going to say if my controller's here. We could look at it right now. I wonder. You can't upgrade. You got to pay full price. I mean, if that's the case, fuck it. I'm waiting till the 19th. You know what I mean? Seriously. But if you could upgrade, then it's a consideration. So if anyone wants to look into that, let me know. But yeah, that would suck if there's no upgrade. I mean, that's idiotic. I mean, what would I do? How do you even cancel a pre-order on PlayStation? I don't know. Right? Because that's the thing, like, if all I care about is the narrative, right? Then maybe if I'm going to get it early, just play through the story, play through whatever the single player mode is, or try it out, and then do a little bit of online, Tyler says maybe you can buy add-ons when the game actually comes out. Oh, yeah? I'm definitely not buying the game twice. I mean, that'd be idiotic. Why would I need two licenses for the same game on the same console? Okay? Yeah, I don't know. That's really dumb. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe we could have Mortal Kombat 1 a little earlier and add it in as a cool story and everything. Because I'll be honest with you. I don't agree with early access to a fighting game. I just don't. I think it's incredibly stupid because that gives 5 days early access to people who paid extra, and they'll be better than the people who didn't. Just think about that. 5 days early access to Starfield, who cares? It's a single-player narrative game. It doesn't affect anything. 5 days early access to a competitive fighting game is incredibly fucking stupid. It's just a complete, unbalanced, nonsensical thing to do. NetherRealm doesn't care. They just want extra money. So it's kind of annoying because I'm thinking, oh, I want to play the, the story. And if I don't play the story during the early access period, other people will already have covered it. And therefore, probably I'm shooting myself in the foot and I'm not going to get as much attention on my story mode playthrough if, I don't play it on the 14th. But I already bought the game to play the beta, and now I'm stuck with that version, right? You have to call Sony to cancel your pre-order. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm going to call Sony and sit on hold, because I don't do that enough with other companies, right? I'm going to call Sony and sit on fucking hold to argue with them to get my pre-order canceled so I can get the other version. Oh my god. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Why can't you just do it on the console? Oh, that's too easy. Right? Exactly. You will be on hold for an hour. You know you will be. You know you'll be sitting there. And by the way, what the fuck is the number to call? Right? You don't call Sony. There's an online bot you can talk to. Oh, really? B-Boy Cyclone, we're talking about Sony. I can't request a refund on my Microsoft account for a game I pre-ordered on PS5. You're completely wrong. Sorry. RGB says if you do that, it'll conflict with the release of Lies of P on the 17th. Lies of P is a Game Pass game. I'm playing it when it goes on Game Pass, period. I'm definitely not paying any extra for Lies of P. So whenever Lies of P comes out, I'm getting it on Game Pass. But it's not the 14th and it's not the 19th. So neither day, you know, if it is the 17th, it wouldn't conflict with either. So how would I go about getting this refund? Because I'm seriously considering getting the upgraded edition to get it early. How do I get the refund? Without calling and sitting on hold for a fucking hour I don't have, how can I do that? Worst Jago says you can talk to an online bot. It transfers you to a person via chat who will cancel your pre-order. I did it with Spider-Man 2. All right, how do I do it? I'll do it right now. I'll do it live during the podcast. Seriously, I will. Let's do it right now. We got an hour and a half here. Let's do it. So what is it, PlayStation.com? Let's do it right now. I gotta log in. We're gonna do it live. Let me log into PlayStation.com. Okay. Here we go. Log it in. We'll do it live. You guys help me. Do I click support, I suppose? Support. Support. PS Store and refunds. I see that. Or do I go on online assistant? Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. So I'm logged in. There's a section for PS Store and refunds, but there's also an online assistant button. Do I just click the online assistant button and talk to that? How do I do this? What's the process? Let's do it live. Because you know it's going to be sitting there for hours waiting to talk to this fucking bot. So let's get it going so we can do it during the podcast. All right, I'm going to click on online assistant and see what happens. Loading. First name. I'm going to put in my name. There we go. A bot is on the way. That's hilarious. It says a bot is on the way. Wow. So I had to click on refund eligibility. Let's see if you're eligible for a refund. Are you owner of the account? Are you the owner of the account or PlayStation Network that was charged? Yes, I am. Could you tell me what type of purchase? Cancel a pre-order. Has the game already been released? No, it has not. In order to assist you with your pre-order cancellation, I'll transfer you to an agent. Okay. Sounds good. This is working. Oh God. I think it's... I think that's correct. They want my PlayStation Online ID, and I think that's it. We're experiencing high wait times for support agents. Please try again later. What the fuck? Wow. Please try again later. Even though I'm during the correct times you're supposed to do this. So they're kicking me out and saying, no, we won't help you. Yep. So I just keep doing this in a circle. You know what that means? It means if I call, also they'll just kick me off the phone line too. This is a huge joke. I'm going through the whole process again. By the way, it's a random Tuesday at 11:28 a.m. they're experiencing higher than expected volume, so they're try again later. I want you to think about that. Yeah, we're experiencing high wait times for support agents. In order to effectively assist you, try again later. Well, that's effective customer support. You're completely eligible for your refund, but we're not going to give it to you because we're busy. Hey, Sony, fuck you. Really, fuck you. That's insanely bad customer support, and you should kiss my fucking ass. Yeah, multi-billion-dollar company. Oh, we can only hire 2 support agents, so because we're busy, no refund for you, right? Fuck off. No, that kind of shit gets my goat. That's one of my pet peeves. Ginormous, profitable companies don't give 2 fucks about their customers. Oh, busy, just try again later. I'm within the business hours of when you say to do it. And you say I can only do it within your business hours. Oh, we're too busy, just try again later. Fuck you. Shall we try it again in a half an hour? You guys want to help me remind me? I'll leave it open. You guys remind me in a half an hour. Here's what we'll do. Literally every single day between now and September 14th, we will try to get a refund for Mortal Kombat 1 live during the Level 1 podcast. How about that? Every single day we'll do this until finally we get it. And if we don't get it, now we have public evidence that Sony refuses to refund their customers because their customer support is broken. How about that? Yeah. Let's do it. So remind me in a half an hour, noon, please, someone remind me, hey, Phil, try again, see if you can get through it. And we'll do it live, and we'll keep trying. Because if I get the refund, then I will get the better edition of the game, and then we'll play it early. Then we'll start the story on the 14th of September. I would be willing to do that. For those who are interested, I know some people are interested. They want to see me play through story mode. That's what their favorite part of the game is, a lot of people. I'd be down for that. Okay? See, sadly, I can't. Mr. Game Master says that they don't do it disputed. I don't put stuff on credit cards. I put it on my PayPal account. PayPal, you can't dispute something you spent. You see? It sucks. If it was on a credit card, you're right. I could have charged it back and said, fuck you. Then again, Sony has the right to refuse any kind of service if I charge them back. They could kick me out of the fucking PlayStation Network, you know, which I need to play games online, so I probably don't want to do that. You see? They got my balls over the coals, as they say. Anyway. All right. Please remind me about a half an hour. All right. Anyway. So, let's talk a little bit about how yesterday went. Yesterday was a fun day of action. Okay? Monday, first of all, we played Armored Core 6. And it went really well. We continue on in this pretty awesome game, I'll be honest with you guys. You know, I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. And I'm actually really enjoying Armored Core 6. You know, more than I thought I would. Because I haven't played a mecha combat game in a very long time. It's fast-paced. The graphics are decent. The one criticism I have is the environments. They're kind of empty and barren and not that interesting. But the combat's good in sound, and I like the customization of the mechs, and I keep changing my build, and I changed it yesterday to a really awesome build that seems to be working well and everything. So, having a good time so far, you know, in Armored Core 6, okay? However, I started hearing some hilarious things, all right? So, I had a great stream, great progress. We ended up fighting a boss that apparently a lot of people had issue with. It's called the Sea Star. It kicked my ass the first time, but then I kind of adjusted to it, and I beat it on the second try. Kept going, and we got almost through all of Chapter 3. We had a cool 2v1 AC fight, where 2 ACs were fighting me at once. And then we had a special AC fight where I had one weak point. You had to hit it, and it wasn't vulnerable anywhere else, and you had to kind of focus in on that weak point. It was pretty neat. I had a good time with the game yesterday. So, I finished my stream. Everything's good, right? After the fact, I start seeing people tweet. Well, I guess it's even called tweeting anymore. Who knows? And also leaving comments on the videos. Oh, isn't it funny how Phil knew the optimal build for the Sea Star boss? And I'm like, how did I know the optimal build? I'm like, wait a minute. The build I'm using is dual miniguns and this dual rocket launchers. And this was explained or suggested to me like 2 streams ago by someone. They had said that this was a build they were using. They really liked it. So later on in the game, if I have the ability to use it, I should try it. So I already had one minigun. I liked it. but it was starting to run out of ammo. I bought dual miniguns. This is actually how I ended my last stream, dual miniguns. And again, I liked them, but they kept running out of ammo. So I needed to upgrade my missiles regardless. I was using plasma missiles, and those aren't very good. They're only good for, like, stunning, but they're not very good for damage output. So I was like, I got to upgrade my missiles anyway. So, you know, I basically was going along with a suggestion of a viewer from, like, 2 different streams ago. And then I used it. I was like, wow, this is really good. It worked really well. Okay, I'll keep going or rolling with it for the stream. That doesn't mean I'm going to use it for the rest of the playthrough. It just means I'm going to use it for the stream or whatever. Then you get people complaining, oh, you see, he already knows the optimal builds. What are you talking about? It was a viewer-suggested build from 2 streams ago, and I just happened to use it. I mean, I was using tons of builds during this playthrough so far, so I don't get what you're saying. Then I start getting comments on videos. Oh, see, Phil copied Asmongold because Asmongold used the dual minigun, dual missile launcher build his whole playthrough, and Phil obviously watches Asmongold and just copies everything he does. Isn't it funny? Because previously, also when he played Elden Ring, he had an Asmongold build. And I'm like, you guys gotta understand something, all right? I don't watch other streamers. I do not. If I ever watch another streamer, I'm watching them play a game after I've played it already. I never watch another streamer play a game ahead of me because I don't want to spoil myself, ever, all right? I have not literally ever seen a moment of Asmongold playthrough. Not once. The little bit I saw was when he was talking about me while playing Diablo 4, so I just inadvertently saw him play some Diablo 4 when I was listening to what he had to say about me, and I literally paid no attention to his gameplay. I was just listening to what he had to say about me. You see? So, I didn't pay any attention to this nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about. But this is what I mean. Like, people are always out to take anything that's going on with me and kind of discredit it or make an excuse for it. It's toxic behavior. It's incredibly disgusting, cult-like toxic behavior. Phil can never do well at a game. It's always because he's cheating or because someone held his hand or whatever. In this case, there was a suggested build by a viewer 2 streams ago. I remembered they had mentioned that, and I was kind of working toward it. By the way, I've done other things. I've tried other builds. You know, people are now suggesting a tank build. They think that the tank build is actually the ideal build for the game, and that the tank build will help a lot with bosses, so I might try that. I also upgraded my body and my head and my arms and other things as well yesterday. I wasn't told to do that. I'm doing things naturally you would do in the game. So, I don't get where this comes from, except, oh, you know, people just want to talk shit about Phil, as usual, right? It goes exactly along in line with actually what happened on last night's late stream, which we'll talk about too. So anyway, I had a great time with, Armor Core 6 yesterday. It looks like we're at the end of Chapter 3. From what I'm being told, there's 5 chapters, 41 missions, but you can't do them all because certain missions are choice missions. We have to decide to do one way or the other. So I'm not sure exactly how many missions you have to play through to beat the game, but it looks like we're nearing the end of Chapter 3, and I'm about 9 hours in. Some people have said on average the game's around 20 hours long. I don't know. It seems like I might be turboing through it a little bit. Maybe I'm getting lucky. I mean, it could be because people help me with Baltius, and it could be because I'm getting lucky with certain builds or whatever, that I'm kind of going through faster than other people. And that's fine. I wasn't aware that there was like a measuring stick or a competition when it comes to how fast you play a single-player video game. I just wasn't aware of that. You know, I guess people love to do it with FromSoft games, but I'm just enjoying the game. I don't know what's the problem with that, right? I'm not saying, oh, I'm so much better than everybody else. When did I say that? I made a joke after I beat Baltius because I was dressed up like Bender. And I made a joke about beating it like Bender. And haha, I beat him and you suck because I'm dressed like Bender and I beat Baltius. It's a joke. That's the problem, is I also can't, I'm not allowed to joke, which we're going to talk about also in a moment. Okay? So anyway, Armor Core 6 continues, and I'm having a great time with it. Okay? Then on the late stream last night, it was Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay with E Honda. Now, I had just hit 5-star Diamond E Honda the last time I played with him. It has been a rough climb. Unlike with Blanca, where for the most part, I have absolutely climbed at an accelerated pace. I've been getting win streaks. I've been doing really well. My Blanca gameplay has improved over time, and I'm adding in new strategies. I'm doing, better combos and different things. With Honda, admittedly, I would say my Honda is good, but definitely not top level. The top Hondas I watch are insane. Like, the stuff they can do on reaction is nuts. and the execution they have is so good, and my execution just isn't there. My execution, I'm dropping combos all the time that would win me matches and stuff. So it's been a rough climb, but I've made it. And here we are, E-Honda, on the face of getting Master, which I never had before. The highest I had on Xbox was 3-star Diamond. Then I switched to PS5. So, you know, I didn't know how well it was going to go. I was very curious how well I would do last night. And I outright told you guys I didn't feel like I was actually going to get Master with E-Honda. I didn't think I was going to hit it. I was like, I think I'm going to basically... I'm basically going to, you know, die a lot and probably go on losing streaks. So I'll gain points, then lose points, then gain points, then lose points. And it's probably going to be frustrating, but I think we'll get there eventually. I told you, maybe 2 more 3 streams. So as I'm playing last night, yeah, there was a pattern. Anytime I fought a Jury just spanks Honda. All her normal stuff is moves. She can throw right through everything he does. It's insanely hard to beat her, okay? You know what I had problems with last night? Jamie. I actually think Jamie beats E-Honda. I think that these Jamie players have learned a way to stay at mid-range and kind of stuff all his moves or bait his moves. And I was fighting a few Jamies who were kicking my ass, admittedly. But then again, I think there's other characters that aren't so good against E-Honda. So I kind of had like a mixed bag result. I did get a few win streaks. But then I was funny because I was getting very close to hitting Master. And then all of a sudden, losing streak again. And I lost all the points I had earned. I was like, oh, it was really like a roller coaster ride last night. It was like, yes, oh no, yes, oh shit. There were some good sets where basically I would lose the first fight close. I would win the second fight close, and then the third one would be like a nail biter, but then I would win it. So I was winning more than I was losing for sure. Okay? But it was slow. So finally we had hit the time when normally I would have been quitting. And I was like, nah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. And I even fought a couple of Master rank players. I beat a Master Dalsim very convincingly. So it's funny because someone's like, yeah, is this not evidence that a lot of people who are now hitting Master have just played the same character since the game came out, and even though they have losing records, they grinded to Master? And I guess so, because that Dalsim didn't know diddly dick about Honda. He got spanked, and I got tons of points for beating him. So anyway, we finally get to the end, and by the end of the night, I stayed an extra half an hour. We had an epic set against a Jamie. I win it, and then yes, I did it. I hit Master with Honda. All right. So I was proud of myself. By the way, here's the ratio. It was 40 wins, 29 losses, 58% win-loss ratio. Got him to Master. Overall now, I have 2,605 wins, 1,689 losses for still a 61% win-loss ratio in Street Fighter 6. Still a very good win-loss ratio, which I'm happy with. That's a really good ratio. And you know, now, immediately people start asking, well, when are you playing Master matches? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, hold on a second. I just spent a month grinding with Blanca and Honda exclusively on PS5 to get them to Master. I had to go all the way from the bottom of Platinum to Master, and now you want more of them? Like, aren't you bored? I'm fucking bored. Like, I've only played the same characters for a month. I definitely want to play with other characters now for variety purposes. I think it would be more relaxing, more refreshing to play with a different character than the same character I just grinded with endlessly for, you know, if you take a look at the number of matches, okay? For example, Blanca, it took me like 14 or 13 sessions to get him to Master on Xbox. It took me 5 sessions to get him to Master on PlayStation 5. So that's huge difference, right? Huge increase in skill level there, I would say. It actually only took me, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it took me 6 sessions to get my Honda to Master on PS5. Okay? So that's a huge improvement from what I was doing, you know, when I was learning the game versus now getting better. But I'm not saying I never want to play with them again. Absolutely. They're in Master now. Whenever I play, I have a chance to play against pro players. I have a chance to play against tons of great players and learn the game at an even higher level. But I'm burnt out on those characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am. I'm tired of playing with them for a freaking month straight. I need to give them a rest. So now what we need to do uniquely is try to figure out what do I want to do next in the game And my answer is I want to play with a character who maybe I was using, but I dropped for a while and I want to go back to them. I mean, namely, I'm thinking Luke is a character that I did really well with zero skill and practice and even knowledge. I just jumped right into using the character and I was getting wins. I was hanging with diamond ranked players with Luke. And I feel like I could do that if I play a little bit more with him and I learn the basics of Luke. I could probably do really well with Luke. So I'm thinking maybe he's my next character, or Lily. Because Lily was a character I was already doing decent with on Xbox, and I was getting better with her, and I feel like I could do better if I practiced with her. So I would say Luke or Lily are the next two that I would want to check out. I'm not sure exactly who yet. I'm debating in my head, like, who do I want to go to, Luke or Lily? They're both kind of interesting characters to me. Keep in mind, I've literally not played a single ranked match with either of them on PlayStation. So it'd be starting over, doing the ranked matches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know yet. Got to think about it because I'm doing Street Fighter tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night, my final stream of this week is Street Fighter 6. And what I likely will do is whichever character we think about today and we determine is it going to be Luke or Lily tomorrow, I'll probably watch some gameplay of them tonight. And then do a couple casual matches just to get back into the groove, and then do my placement matches tomorrow night and see how we do. In this case, if I get ranked in like platinum, I don't care. Like these are characters that I'm not good with. I need significant time to grind with them to get better. It's not like Blanca that I was already goddamn master and the game's placings are so stupid they put me into low platinum. I mean, that was asinine and dumb and mouth-droolingly badly programmed. In this case, I don't really care where they place me because I need to practice with these characters regardless, you see? So, let's see what happens. But let's talk about it today. By the end of today, we need to make a determination, and then tomorrow it'll either be Luke or Lily in Street Fighter 6, okay? Now, what's funny about all of this is, you know, that was last night. I had a great time. Posted up the gameplay. And that was it. You know, I'm relaxing with my wife or whatever. It's like the end of the night. And, you know, I decide to, check the comments and approve comments on all my videos at the time. Okay, let's approve comments. Let's do that. So I go to do it, and I start seeing comments on my video for you know, the Honda stuff. And it's basically, you know, you get the idiot trolls who are trying to be shitty and stupid. And then someone actually left a really nice comment. And I actually posted it both on my Twitter and on my channel page here on DSPGaming. And I don't have it. I didn't screen cap it. It was pretty dumb. But I'm just going to kind of read it. Someone left this comment on the video where I hit master rank with Honda. They said, "Yes, sir, hard work pays off. It's crazy how other channels will just post your L's and your rage, but no progression or any of your wins. Congrats on getting master rank." To which I responded, "Thank you for saying it." And I gave a thumbs up and I like faved the post or whatever. And this is very true because I am not part of the FGC. All right. I don't strive to be. All right. As you guys know. All right. Because I'm not focused on Street Fighter as my primary thing. Okay. I don't have FGC support. I don't have many people or any people really in the FGC who follow me. Okay. I'm a fringe guy. I'm on the edges. But if anything, what I've shown is that just what I've said over the years is absolutely true. If I commit the time and the effort to becoming good at a fighting game, I can be good at a fighting game again. And I think I've now proven that in Street Fighter 6, taking not one but two characters to master on multiple consoles. I've shown that I have skill even in a modern fighting game. I'm not some scrub, all right? And if I actually dedicated more time, I probably would even get even better. Yes, I can tell you right now, if I chose to sacrifice time of my private life here to travel and play in Street Fighter tournaments, I would probably do well in Street Fighter tournaments, okay? The thing is, I don't want to. I've already told you guys, I have no aspirations to become a pro fighting game player or anything like that. I don't. I just want to play the games and cover them for you guys, and I want to show that I still have skill. So at least when I'm playing these games, there's a reason to listen to some of my opinions because I kind of know what I'm talking about. I mean, I was only right the entire fucking time about Street Fighter 5, and no one wanted to acknowledge it then, but now that Street Fighter 6 is out, everyone says Street Fighter 5 sucks like I said all along. Kind of funny, huh? Anyway, the point I'm making here is, unlike other people in the FGC, I don't get a dogpiling of support or attaboys or anything. I have my small group of viewers who've enjoyed watching me play Street Fighter 6 and supported it, and then I get my insanely large army of moronic cult-like trolls who only will focus on the negative. So if I'm playing Street Fighter 6 and I'm calling out bullshit like, wow, those top tiers really destroy Honda. Everything they do counter hits him. Everything they do stuffs his moves. It's so hard to play with this character at a top level and get into master compared to, say, Blanca, who is way easier, right? So I say that, and all they do is they highlight the toxic shit. They don't highlight the fact that I went on a win streak. They don't show the moments where I'm perfectly counter hitting, where I'm doing mix-ups, where I'm coming back, where I'm doing great stuff. They won't ever highlight that stuff. They'll only highlight the one time that I got spanked by someone, or the time when I raged and I punched my joystick because I was so pissed because 5 matches in a row a combo dropped and it cost me the match, right? That's what they focus on. And that's what people see, because people are idiots. People are gullible, moronic idiots who love drama. And anyone who focuses on that shit, shame on fucking you. Because if you don't know the truth of the matter because you're a lazy idiot who only watches focused drama crap, you are dumb. And you're just part of the fucking problem that propagates toxicity on YouTube. You don't understand that those highlights are not real. It's the same thing that people used to do with This Is How You Don't Play. Only highlight the moments of weakness, the moments of frailty, the moments of mistakes, the dumb things that are dumb. But what about the entire picture? There's a big picture here, and if you don't actually look at the big picture, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but you still believe it's fact. The same thing the dumb fuck side-scrollers did during their interview with me, where all they did to research me was listen to haters and hater videos and hater junk. Did they watch a single piece of my real content? No. Did they actually talk to my fans and viewers on why you would like my content? No. Did they ask anyone the truth of the matter, or did they just believe every single thing that was told to them that was dramatic? And then turn that into capitalization for personal gain over and over and over. That's what they all do on the internet. None of these people are fucking smart. They're just greedy. That let me make drama content. Let me only focus on trash so that I can get clickbait views and become popular and get money on YouTube from dumb fuck people. It's a vicious cycle that's getting worse and worse, and it's becoming all of YouTube now. It's fucking pathetic. And if anyone out there, if you see people doing it, those are pathetic fucking people. Really. So. Thank you. CJ says 10 minutes till we try messaging the bot again. Thanks. I'll try again in 10 minutes. Please remind me. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, thank you to the person who sent me the nice message. Now, hilariously, this morning, I'm just on Twitter checking for news. We have a few news articles to talk about today. And there's a post, of course, from one of my detractor idiots saying, I have clipped the moment where Phil told someone who says that they're suffering from depression that, hey, at least they're not playing Honda and Street Fighter, okay? It's hilarious because this moronic idiot, this mouth drooler, clipped a moment out of context on my stream, acting as if it's something that's real, okay? So what happened was there was someone on stream last night who came by and said that they were feeling depressed, and they tagged me in the chat. Now, I'm playing ranked Street Fighter 6 with Honda trying to hit Master. What the fuck does that have to do with the stream? Nothing. It's a blatant attempt to derail the stream. You're not going to come to a Street Fighter 6 ranking stream to get advice on depression. It's not going to happen. This person is obviously doing this to derail the stream to try to distract me. It's a very common tactic that people do, especially when I play Street Fighter. Let's try to bring up unrelated topics and controversy and dumb shit so that Phil can get his mind rattled and he fucks up. It happens all the time, okay? So how do I respond to it? I'll tell you how I respond to it, with a joke. I'm not going to be serious about it. I said, I'm really sorry to hear you're not feeling good, right? Hopefully you feel a little better after you watch me play Street Fighter 6. Hey, at least you're not grinding in this game with Honda. Look how hard it is to get wins at this level with Honda. It's like a nightmare, and it would just make you feel worse, right? So it's a joke. And everyone watching the stream knows that, but these fucking morons will take a clip out of context and say, see, Phil is actually trying to give real advice on depression. What a horrible person. This is his take on depression. Hey, stupid, I have depression, you dumb fuck. I actually have it. I know what it feels like, all right? So if I know what it is, do you think I'm going to give bad advice about fucking depression? I didn't give the guy any advice. I made a joke about Street Fighter 6. You're a fucking idiot. Get fucked, you stupid loser who thinks you know anything about anything in real fucking life. You know nothing. You're the epitome of a waste of life to try to take an out of text context clip and say that I said something bad about depression when I fucking have it. Get fucked, really. No, really. Go fuck yourself. You're a loser. You have no power over anyone on this planet. If you disappeared today, no one would care. That's the truth of the matter. So go make as many clips as you fucking want with your loser circle. Okay, so that's what I mean. When all people do is they take the negative out of context, or they do whatever they can to make you look bad, that's what happens. So what they'll do is they'll take what I just said, that clip I just did, and they'll take it out of context. And they'll say, you see, well, why did Phil say that? Oh, it doesn't matter why he said it, but here's what he said, right? I said it because someone did something incredibly heinous. Someone did something incredibly nasty. Something so bad. And they do it every day, by the way. This is not just a serious situation. This is bullshit. And they do it every day. And they deserve to be treated like that. They do. Because people like that should never be treated with respect. Because they don't treat anyone else with respect. They need to be downgraded to what they really are. The scum at the bottom of the fucking barrel of YouTube. That's how they should be addressed every time you address them. They should be talked down to because they don't deserve anyone's time. You understand? So stop paying attention to bullshit, right? And thank you to a nice person who actually said, you know, I've actually watched all the gameplay. You really worked your ass off to get up to master level. That should be respected. You're actually good at Street Fighter 6. But how many people say that? One. How many idiots talk shit about me in Street Fighter 6? Thousands. Because they're dumb. There's too many dumb people on Earth. And, you know, it's depressing. You want to know what's depressing? That's depressing. The fact that there's that many dumb asses on Earth who are just happy to revel in misery and toxicity, whether it's real or not, if it's manufactured, they still don't care. This is their life, to sit there and just shit on other people. What a worthless existence. If all those people disappeared overnight, this planet would actually be more a positive place. But they don't get that. They don't understand that they need to turn their lives around and become better people because people allow them and promote and give them a level of success that they don't deserve. This website itself, YouTube, has degraded itself down to the toxic levels of drama constantly for nothing. For what? For money? So ruin the internet for money. Wow, that sounds like a great idea. You know, when I started on YouTube, everyone was positive and excited. Wow, there's free content on the internet. People playing games and showing their passion for something, and it's free. And every day I can just come to YouTube and turn on a YouTube channel and watch a bunch of people having passion for whatever they do: singing, dancing, art, literature, musical instruments, or art, or a craft, or a forte. Either a guru with something. You could talk about politics and religion, and it was welcomed instead of controversial. You could play video games and show how your love for games every day. People loved it. Today it's like, no matter what, we have to just destroy everyone and be a toxic idiot just to make money. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But that's life, I guess, right? I'm still here. I'm happy to still have a positive audience that loves what I do. It's just sad that the audience is so small compared to the amount of morons out there who just like the toxic nonsense that's made up on a daily basis. Because the truth is, yes, I do get angry at Street Fighter 6. Absolutely. But if you listen to the things I say when I'm angry, they're truthful. The top tiers are broken. They're way overpowered compared to the rest of the cast. It's very hard to use a non-top tier against the top tier because the top tiers have all the advantages. It's just a truthful fact about Street Fighter 6. Usually it's like that with every fighting game. And if I'm angry because I'm losing to it, I'm going to call it out. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. If someone's just literally mashing a pattern online, I have the right to criticize their gameplay and say they suck. Because they do. They're not good. When I played actual known ranked players who were great players from tournaments, I called it out and said, they're amazing. They actually outplayed me in a massive way, and I really respected them. Versus a moron going, duh, playing a pattern over and over. You can't do anything about it because the character's overpowered. That's valid criticism of the game. Just because you're an idiot who doesn't understand the game doesn't make my criticism invalid. It just makes you an idiot. Okay? Yeah, I get angry and I get heated, I get agitated. My adrenaline levels go up. People enjoy seeing that. But that doesn't mean I'm not good at Street Fighter. In fact, it means the opposite. It means I'm angry because I'm good at Street Fighter, and it pisses me off that I lose to bullshit. But then, when I'm hitting multiple master ranks, that doesn't matter, right? Oh, none of that doesn't mean anything, right? No, fuck you. You don't mean nothing to me or anyone else who has a brain in their fucking head between their two ears. You and your group of losers can keep being losers until you have a valid point. We're all still waiting. Really, we're all still waiting for your point. You haven't had one yet. Your points are just nonsensical things that you repeat ad nauseum like a bunch of parrots or sheep because you're so dumb. Just a bunch of dumbest people, the dumbest bottom of the barrel people on the planet, all circle jerking each other off on the internet. Nobody cares about you. So, all that being said, we're done with Honda and Blanca for now. We're going to go back at master level at some point. But now we got to determine Lily or Luke for tomorrow, so let's start talking about that. Okay? Cool. All right. Today, let's now talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. And by the way, it's only a couple minutes till I check out the bot again to try to get my refund. Today, Starfield. Last time we played Starfield the other night, I was intending to do story. Guess what didn't happen? I mean, we did join the Vanguard, which is the first faction. We learned the history of Starfield, all the lore by going through the museum. We did a little bit of aerial combat practice. And then we also went to the Sol system and ended up getting distracted for a whole hour in an optional base we found. Today, we'll probably go to Luna like we were intending to do, and then continue on in the Sol system with the story and go from there, okay? Should be fun, should be chill, should be exciting. I hope you guys will join me for that. Tonight on the late stream, more Chrono Trigger, all right? And we're doing optional content before the end of the game. It's been a lot of fun. Tonight, we're going to do some of the more challenging stuff. It's up to you guys if you want to see me do the super optional content, because there's stuff that was added to a later version of the game that's included in this one. It wasn't from the original SNES version of Chrono Trigger. It's up to you if you want to see me do it or not. I actually don't remember it. I know I must have done it because I owned every version of Chrono Trigger. Like, I had the DS version or whatever, but I don't remember if I did this content or not. Your call, but we'll see what happens tonight. It's always a good time with Chrono Trigger, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, it's going to be more Starfield. I've determined we'll have 2 days of Starfield, because I'll tell you why in a second. And then tomorrow night, the late stream will be Street Fighter 6 ranked, either Luke or Lily. Let's determine what you want today, okay? I'm off on Thursday. When I come back on Friday, it's Action Day. So Friday will be Armored Core 6 paired with ranked Street Fighter 6. And then Saturday will be Starfield paired with Chrono Trigger. Sunday will be the React Day, all right? And then we'll go on from there. All right, I don't want to get ahead of myself. But basically, next week is going to be a balance between Armored Core and Starfield on the day streams, and then Street Fighter and Chrono Trigger on the night streams till we finish Chrono Trigger, and then we determine what comes next, right? If I can get Mortal Kombat on the earlier side, then likely we probably don't want to do anything too crazy and start a new playthrough. So maybe we should hold off and only just juggle the 3 games until Mortal Kombat comes out. But let's see what happens, okay? So that's the schedule for the near future. Now let's see if I can get my refund. You ready? Where the hell is it? Here it is. Refund eligibility. What the fuck? It glitched. The whole thing is glitched. I gotta end the chat and start over because the chat glitched and would not load properly. So now I gotta open it again from scratch. Here we go. Yeah, it's not loading properly. What a great website. Wow, it's totally not loading properly. I gotta try to reload the whole browser now. What a piece of dog shit. Alright, online assistant again. An awful website. Okay. Start chatting. Hey there, are you back so soon? It seems chat has not been of help to you, so please try again later. Wow! I'm not kidding you. It won't even let you try again. It's forcing you to try to come back later. You fucking piece of dog shit. You scumbag company. I'm going to use a different browser. What a terrible fucking company. So because the chat wouldn't work earlier and told you to come back later, I come back later and you say, oh, well, chat couldn't help you earlier, so why are you back? Come back even later. Are you out of your fucking mind? What kind of customer support is that? So now I'm logging into a different browser, and hopefully this browser will show as a different thing, and not that I just been there, and it will allow me to do this. Let's see. What a fucking joke. Do you understand why I don't try to refund anything? You get it, right? This is the process they want you to actually try to use to get your money back for something. It's like, dude, are you out of your mind? This is your customer support, and this is what you expect me to fuck around with? So here we are. I'm on a different browser now. No, I don't need help with Spider-Man 2. You can get fucked. I love that so many people want help with Spider-Man 2. That's a thing, it pops up. Start chatting. A bot is on the way. See? I use a different browser, and now it works. Because all it is they say, oh, you're already in this browser trying to do it, so now we're going to time you out and not let you use the fucking support bot because you were in this particular browser. But now I'm in a different browser, and now it claims that a bot is on the way. Right. Wow, my laptop screen is disgusting from blowing bubbles. By the way, it says a bot is on the way, and no bot has shown up. It just says a bot is on the way, and it's just loading endlessly, and no bot is showing up. Yeah, nothing. It's just loading endlessly. A bot is on the way, and nothing is happening. This is pretty impressively bad for customer support, I must say. Yes, it says bot. It says a bot is on the way with 3 loading dots. It's not even moving. It's just sitting there with a thing that says, oh, cancel chat request. Because what it is, they want you to click it. They want you to click cancel chat request so you get no help. No one is currently available to chat. Try again later. If you leave now, you'll lose your place in line. But I'll continue to wait then. Wow. I want you to think about this. They're going to tell me a bot is not available to help. Do you understand that that is completely fake? If chat AI is available to talk to anyone at all times, in limited iterations, why do I have to wait for a Sony support bot? It's a complete lie. This is their attempt to make it so that people will just not seek support. They can't get it, so they'll just leave and never come back. This is exactly what this is. That's exactly how all these support things work. You know how their metrics work, right? These support things, their metrics work in the amount of time that they can basically get you to leave. So if you can resolve a ticket in record time, that's actually regarded as a super high ranking. It doesn't matter if the customer is satisfied or anything like that. All they care about is how quickly you resolve the ticket. So the quicker the ticket resolved and closed, the better ranking you get. I used to deal with people in customer support. Literally, you would ask them a question, and they would answer an initial answer. So let's say, for example, the question would be, I wanted a monthly report on my earnings. And they would say, okay, I will get you the monthly report on your earnings. And they would close the ticket. Like, wait, what? But you didn't send me the monthly report yet. But because they closed the ticket, they got a good ranking because the ticket's closed. Now, when they send you the monthly report, they open a new ticket for the monthly report. And they say, oh, here's your ticket, here's your monthly report. And, and then the ticket's closed again because they provided the monthly report. So now they have 2 tickets showing that they did their job, when in reality, what should have happened was 1 ticket stayed open from the beginning to the end of the process, and they should be graded on their actual response time, but they would actually lie and do it that way so they get high grades. That's literally how all of this works. All this customer support bullshit is just that. The harder they can make the process for you to get any kind of help means, and the fact that you'll probably give up is a win for them. Because why on earth would they want to give you your money back for anything? So let's make it the hardest process possible so most people will just give up and never get their money back for anything. It says a bot is on the way and it's not working. It's just sitting there. How much you want to bet it will just sit there endlessly? Yeah, I almost guarantee you it will just sit there fucking endlessly and never give me anything at all. I'm going to try it in the other browser now. In the other browser, it's working. What the fuck is going on? All right, refund eligibility. Are you the owner of the account? Yes, I am. What type of purchase? I want to cancel a pre-order. Has the game already been released? No, it is not. Please provide your sign-in ID. We're experiencing high wait times. Please try again later. And what's hilarious is, then what they do, they give you their times. And they say, we're only available Monday through Friday. No, Monday, actually it's every day of the week, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's 12 p.m. I'm within their times, but we're too busy right now. Try again later. All right, so that was attempt number 2. What's hilarious is in the other browser, they still haven't given me a bot. So it just shows the whole system is a lie. On one browser, it claims no bots are available. You can't get one. In the other browser, I got one. So what the fuck does that mean, right? It means the whole system is bullshit. The whole thing's a lie. Well, we'll try again at the end of the podcast. And like I said, every single day, every single fucking day, I will try to do this until we get a refund. And if we don't, I guess we're just waiting till the 19th. Because I'm not buying Mortal Kombat 1 twice. But I would be willing to, if I get the refund for my standard pre-order, pay the little bit of extra to get the deluxe and play it early so we can do the story early. I want to do the story early for you guys. But I'm not wasting $100. Okay? Hilarious. Anyway. Alright, so that's the deal. We'll keep trying with that. You know the schedule now for the week. Let's talk about the news. Yes. Time for everyone's favorite segment. Alright? I'm very excited. I hope that you guys are too. I'm super excited for this. So, let's get to our news stories. Alright? Oh, hold on a second. I forgot. Fresh off the news desk, my crack team gathering news from all over the internet to provide it to you on a daily basis. You ready for this? Our first piece of news is about the Alone in the Dark horror game, all right, coming out in October. Remember, there were 2 big horror games coming out in October, Alone in the Dark and Alan Wake 2. Well, we have an update, and this is fresh from the Alone in the Dark Twitter account, excuse me, X app account. Here it is. Horror games thrive on the eerie embrace of solitude, something that is impossible to achieve in a gaming month such as October. To ensure a breathtaking experience for everyone, we have made the decision to move the release date of Alone in the Dark to January 16th, 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, Alone in the Dark has been delayed till January. Now, do I really believe the only reason they're delaying the game is to give it a better release window so it's not basically massacred by all the games around it? I don't know. Maybe they really do need a little bit more time to develop the game. But I think it's a good move, honestly. Alone in the Dark, I wasn't even hearing about this game until like a month or 2 ago. I didn't even know it existed. obviously the game has a budget. It has the guy from Stranger Things is the main character. I forget his name, John something, right? I can't remember the damn guy's name. But he's a good actor, and it would be sad if they have a game that has a lot of effort and money and everything put into it, and it flops simply because it came out in October, right? And that would be really sad, especially if it's a good game, right? So if you take a look at the landscape of October, and you've got insane amounts of games like Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man, Alan Wake 2, just to name a few of like the 20 games coming out in October, it kind of makes sense that this game that really wasn't really resonating or getting on anyone's real radar would be delayed. So I'm happy actually this has happened, and hopefully this will give them more time to develop it and make it a little better. It's coming out in January now. All right, I guess that's fine. And so everyone change your calendars. January is now the release date of Alone in the Dark, January 16th. Okay? All right. Our next story, very exciting one. Stray, one of my favorite games of last year, starring a cat that is exploring a post-apocalyptic world and what happened to it and why there's all robots and no humans, is going to get its own animated feature film from Annapurna Animation. How cool is that? I think that's great news. I think it deserves a full-length movie. I think it would be a fascinating full-length movie, especially if it follows a lot of the plot lines and characters that happen in the game. I think that would be an amazing movie, with a nice emotional ending. And as I said, Stray ended with a great ending that could definitely lead to a sequel, which I hope it has. So, thumbs up to that. I cannot wait. Hopefully they can, slap this out within like a year or so. It would be great if the movie came out before the sequel, because I would absolutely love that. So excellent. Stray getting a movie is great news. And the third piece of gaming news for today, Payday 3 is going to have an open beta from September 8th to the 11th. So if you're interested in Payday 3, which comes out, I believe, is it later this month? Like near the end of this month? It's either this month or next. I think it was this month, though. You might want to check out the open beta. For me, I'll be honest. It is a game where it's co-op bank robbing. It's meant to be a co-op game. You play with other people online. It's a co-op experience. The first two games apparently had a great following. A lot of people absolutely love those games and still play them to this day. I never got into them. All right, I didn't really care about them. I never even really tried them. They've been on various services as free stuff. I just never really had any inkling. This one too, like, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not the kind of thing that I would be doing on my streams. So if you're interested in it, check out the beta. I believe it's also going to be a Game Pass game. But likely you're not going to see me playing Payday 3. It's just not my forte. Bank robbing co-op online, just probably not something in my wheelhouse. Okay? So there you go. Okay. So there you have it. By the way, I just talked about this the other day, and I have a follow-up on it. I was just notified, okay, that 2 of my videos are suitable for all advertisers on DSP React. The first video is Dragonflies, the Luckiest Idiot Pizza Delivery on the Wii, DSP versus the Internet, episode 29. The second video is Game Date, Headache Remedy, Methanol Fire Horror from DSP versus the Internet, episode 29. So, if I take a look at those, one of those videos has already been live for 24 hours. So any hope of getting any ad revenue on it is already gone. Okay? The other video, luckily for me, is actually one of the videos from DSP versus the Internet that has not gone live yet. So I might actually make a couple bucks of ad revenue on that video when it goes live in a couple of days. Okay? But the 2 videos that have been live since Sunday, the first 2 parts, are still flagged for unfit for ads, not ad suitable, okay? And even though I submitted them at exactly the same time as these 2 videos, those have never been looked at yet. So, do you see my point when it comes to making React content on YouTube? That sadly, YouTube just doesn't take it seriously. They just flag everything ad unsuitable. And even when you will say, okay, please review these videos for ads, some will get reviewed right away, some won't. There's no rhyme or reason to it whatsoever. There's actually no actual factual basis on why they do it. They just randomly do it. Why are the later videos cleared, but the early videos weren't even looked at yet? Because YouTube is a nonsensical website that doesn't abide by any rules. That's why. So anyway, thanks for watching that stuff over on DSP Reacts, and thanks for listening to DSP News. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So, now, let's get the shout-outs, and we'll do a little bit of Q&A, and maybe we have time to try PlayStation Refund one more time. Alright, we'll try it. But like I said, I think what we should do every day on this podcast, remind me, we're going to do it every day, multiple times. We're going to try to get this refund. And eventually, hopefully, it goes through. And then I will get Mortal Kombat 1 Deluxe Edition so that we can actually play the game early and do the story early. If not, then fuck it. We got to wait till the 19th. And I try. I'm going to try, but I'm not buying the game twice like an idiot. Okay? Okay. All right. Cool. So we start off today with I'm Troublesome, who did a super chat. Thank you to I'm Troublesome for the super chat. Appreciate that. Christian Miller did a super chat and said, does Jasper eat dry or wet food? So Jasper's main source of food is dry. It is a protein-based food with a lot of, it says it's supposed to be like salmon is the main ingredient. I'm sure it has other stuff, but it's high protein, very low filler. It's meant to be that way. You may not realize this, but most cat dry foods that are more common ones have a lot of fillers, a lot of grain and stuff that cats shouldn't even be eating. They should be eating a very high protein diet. This one we have is high protein. We've confirmed it with vets. It's a really good one to use, so that's the one that we give him. As for wet food, we've tried giving him wet food over the years, various different kinds. He won't eat it. What he does, he licks all the moisture off of it and leaves the chunks. He won't eat the chunks for whatever reason. So what we do is once a day, we give him a wet treat in the morning. It's you can get different like mousses and things that are like purees of meat or protein, and we give him one of those mousses, and he'll have that in the morning. It gives him some extra moisture, and then he eats his dry food over the course of the day. Every once in a while, maybe we'll give him a little treat or something, but nothing too crazy. And of course, he has fresh water at 2 different fountains that we have in the house all day long. So that's his diet. There you go. Thank you, Christian, for the super chat. Christian did a second super chat. Better not to respond to it. Serious or not, avoid controversial and sensitive topics. Of course, he's talking about me addressing the nonsense about me. Every once in a while, I'll address it. You know me. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. But these idiots, every once in a while, every once in a while, they bring it up. And I felt, especially in particular with the nonsense last night with the Street Fighter stuff, I wanted to at least bring it up, let everyone know. Don't believe the nonsense. These people are fucking idiots, okay? Mary G did a super chat and says, listen to this. Don't listen to anyone your relevancy end in 2005. Are you saying don't listen to anyone who says your relevancy ended in 2005? And that's what they're trying to say, because this is in regards to the fighting game argument. The fighting game argument is that the only time I was ever relevant in fighting games was 2005 when I got 4th place at EVO. And since then, nothing has ever mattered. Actually, the actual fight goes, or the line of reasoning goes further than that. They say that even 2005 didn't matter. That it was a bad version of the game and that didn't matter either. But again, when you erase an entire portion of history, when you say, okay, 2005 was the only time you ever placed or mattered. But did you look at tournament results for all the years after that? How I won multiple EVO qualifiers, how I was placing everywhere I went. Seriously, for 2-3 years in Super Turbo or any version of Super Turbo, I was dominating the entire US tournament scene. Did you see that I was running major tournaments at that time? Like, what are you talking about? I was prominent for like a 4 or 5 year span. I was dominant and prominent in the American tournament scene for Street Fighter. But they want to ignore that, like it never existed, because it doesn't fit their narrative. Their narrative is Phil sucks at everything, was never good, and anything that you say good about him in fighting games is a lie or an exaggeration. Is bullshit. The evidence is there. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Jasper getting lots of pets. Lots of pets. Okay. All right. Dragon Lord Gusidisax just did a super chat. He says, Starfield gets so good. Did you get my super thanks? I did, and I favorited it, and I responded to it. Whenever I get a super thanks on a video, first of all, I wonder how many people even know what that is. A super thanks is when you're watching an on-demand video on a YouTube channel, and that channel is enabled in the YouTube Partner Program, and you want to basically contribute to that channel, but you're not live on a stream, you can do a super thanks on the video. So it means you basically get a big highlighted message on the video where you could contribute. So in this case, I think it was like a $2 super thanks, and he wanted to say, you know, good job or whatever. And so I thanked him. I favorited it, I thumbed it up, and I responded and said thank you. And I do that on all super thanks that I get on videos. I very rarely get any. I mean, I'll get like once a month. Seriously, like once a month I'll get a super thanks, if that. So, but when I notice it, I always am grateful and I give a shout out for it. All right, 99.9999% of my contributions come in on streams. It's very rare that I would get a super thanks on a video. If you're someone who watches all my content on demand, you can do that. If you just love this podcast and this is all you watch, you can leave a super thanks on this video as a way of saying thanks, and it helps. I'm telling you, if people use this more often, it would help a lot. It's just that no one talks about it, no one promotes it, no one even knows it exists, but it's a great way to support a content creator. So, thank you, Dragon Lord. And yes, I did see your super thanks, and I appreciate that very much, okay? Tubi is cute, did a super chat, says, are you in a bad mood? I wish I could cheer you up. I'm not in a bad mood at all, actually. I'm actually very much looking forward to relaxing with you guys in Starfield today. So there you go. Now, for what I'm seeing, no tips have come in yet today, all right? Now, if someone says they tipped me, I don't have the message, all right? I didn't get it, so let me know if I need to check manually, but so far, no tips. Never mind. I just refreshed and a tip appeared. A tip appeared like as soon as I said that. Holy crap. Okay. So let's see here. It's a troll. Well, you know what? As much as it being a troll, and I could just ignore it, at least I know it works. So there you go. All right. Yeah, it was a troll tip, so just ignore it. All right. So guys, now we have some time. If you guys want to ask me some questions or whatever, do a little bit of mini Q&A. We're almost at the end of the podcast, but I'll open it up a little bit if you have time. If you want to ask a question for Q&A or whatever, we can do that now. Okay? Cool. Hank, I already addressed this multiple times. You should probably listen to the podcast. I'm not going to... Hank is saying, master means nothing because there's people with 25% win ratio who are still master players. I know. I already talked about that on the podcast. Did I not tell you? I already knew that there's someone with 20% win-loss ratio who's a master rank. I already know. People found it. Basically, it's all about grinding. However, the difference is I track my win-loss ratio. It's 61%. As I said, it took me 4 sessions with Blanca. No. 5 sessions with Blanca, 6 sessions with Honda to get to master, while it took some people, 4 months to get to master. That's the difference. That's the true test of mettle and skill. I literally started on PS5 a month ago, and in 1 month, I'm master with 2 characters. That's the truth of how you judge someone's skill, not just because they hit master. I mean, take a look. I played that Dalsim last night. I was doing that. Spanking. It was a royal spanking. I was playing a 60,000 fight point Marisa. The only reason the Marisa beat me, I dropped my combos. I had that Marisa beat multiple times and kept dropping my combos that would have run the round. So... you're right. Just simply hitting master doesn't mean anything, but I've been tracking my stats all along to back up everything I'm saying. Okay? Okay, let's continue. I just received a $2 tip. B-Boy Cyclone. So I went back, I replayed some classic 360 RPGs like Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery, Last Remnant, and Blue Dragon. Wait. You said Blue Dragon twice. I was surprised to see if you don't have a playthrough of Lost Odyssey. I feel like the game is 100% up your alley. It's almost your 10-year anniversary of your original Blue Dragon playthrough. I'd like to see you replay it with your new style of gameplay now. Yeah, so, first of all, I've always said I wanted to play Lost Odyssey. Literally, I've always said Lost Odyssey is something that's on my checklist of games to play. It's on Xbox. It was one of the games with gold 1 month. I have it. I have the rights to it and everything. It was updated. It runs on Series X. I'm down for it. The problem is, number one, not a lot of people know about it. Number two, it is an incredibly lengthy, grindy style game. I remember. There's parts of the game where you hit difficulty spikes and you have to kind of grind to get past them. The story is great. At the time, the graphics were really good. But, I mean, we're talking 15 years ago now. So, at this point, it's not that good, okay? So, basically, I would love to play it. It's in my bucket list of games, and I want to do it someday. But every time that we seem to have opportunity to do it, someone wants something else. Seriously, like, every time that it's been kind of like, okay, we can do this, we can do this. No, do this instead. Do this one instead. So, we end up playing Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy VII. Right? We end up playing other old Persona games, right? Everything but literally we've played everything but this game at this point. I would absolutely love to play Lost Odyssey again. All the games you just mentioned came out within a 2-year time period when I was getting back into console games during the time frame before I became a YouTuber. So it was all like right before the YouTuber time. Now in regards to Blue Dragon, okay? You're right. I played that game once, almost 10 years ago. Different style. There was no interactivity, no chill vibe. It was me playing the game kind of for myself without the live audience interacting, no face cam or anything like that. I would love to play it again. That game is great. I love Blue Dragon, and even has optional super bosses and things that you can fight later on that are very challenging and fun to play. But I even remember when I played it, it didn't do well. Like, and this was, you know, almost 10 years ago. It didn't do well at all. People were like, oh, it's a JRPG style game. We don't like it, you know. I enjoy it, though. It has a really cool twist ending that you never see coming. But maybe we'll play it again one day. But Lost Odyssey, I'm down, man. I'm telling you. That's a game I've wanted to play forever, and hopefully we will play it one day. Okay? All right. I received a $5 tip from an anonymous tipper. It just says tip. All right. A $5 anonymous tip. So far, that's the biggest one today. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thank you, thank you. Then I got another $5 tip from Canadian Kirk. Have you seen Lost in Translation? This is its 20th anniversary. What do you think Bill Murray's character whispered? Hold on. This should be $12 now. I'm adding all wrong. What do you think he's doing today? What do you think Scarlett Johansson's character is doing today? So, Lost in Translation is a very interesting, unique movie. It's about Bill Murray, who's supposed to be playing like a celebrity actor, which is funny because he is one. But he's playing one who's kind of burnt out, doesn't really care about his career anymore. He's basically just traveling the world doing like sponsorships and product placements. He's a really burned out guy. So he's traveling to like the Japan scene, going to random parties and things, and he runs into this girl who also is kind of like lost in her life right now in Japan. She's not Japanese, and it's kind of like two people fish out of water. They don't really have any relation to each other in real life, but they're both Americans in Japan, kind of, you know, trying to find their way, and they kind of relate to each other, and they kind of become friends, and it's kind of an interesting movie. And if I remember, what you're talking about, the whisper, is that at the end of the movie that he whispers something to her, and they like walk out of a room, and then the movie just ends? So you're wondering, how did it really end? Because everyone has like speculation on how it ended or something like that. I can't remember because I haven't seen it in a very long time. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. I was like, wow, it's an interesting perspective about humans, just completely different walks of life, who can find ways to relate and find ways to kind of even spark like a friendship based on that. It was a unique film for sure, but I haven't seen it in a million years. I saw it like 15, 20 years ago, probably like, actually, I think when it came out early 2000s, right? I probably saw it when it was new, and I probably saw it a few years after that, and I haven't seen it since. But it's a well done movie. It's not ultra exciting. If you're into Japanese culture and you want to see Americans react to the culture, it's actually funny. It's a great movie for that. But it's also just that whole, again, two humans who can find a way to relate to each other, who, if they were in America, these two people never would have had any interaction or relation. They couldn't have been further apart. But because they both found themselves in another country that was, you know, again, kind of fish out of water deal. Because of that, then they have a relation and they spark this friendship. So, interesting movie. Give it a look. Okay. I received another $5 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you to Dan the Man for a $5 tip. And he says, hey, Phil, what's going on, Dan? Good to have you here today. Thank you all for this early support of the stream. I think it's worth one more shot. Shall we try to get my refund one more time before we adjourn the podcast, and then we'll end the show? Let's see here. Excuse me. Sorry for the burp. All right. One last attempt. Here we go. So what's hilarious is one browser, it seems to work. The other browser, it says a bot is on the way, and then it doesn't work. Trying again. Yes, I'm the owner of the account. I'm trying to cancel a pre-order. No, the game has not already been released. Even the bot is slower. Your sign-in ID. And your online ID. It's going to say the same thing, I guarantee it. Yep, and there it is. We're experiencing high wait times for support agents, so try again later. That's, dude, I've been trying now for over an hour. They literally expect you to sit around and try all day long until they'll finally give you a support agent. How ridiculously bad customer support is that? Right? How, I mean, can you think of worse customer support? Luthe says, you know, with the chat, you can talk to a real person. No, you can't. You have to start with an agent and get the agent to give you to a support agent. That's what I'm trying to do. I put the information in. They say no support agents are available. Try again later. That's what I'm trying to do. It won't get me to a person. Yeah. Like, I'm supposed to know miraculously what time of day they're going to have lower chat volumes to get in there and hopefully get an agent. Are you out of your fucking mind? It says 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? You know what we'll do? Maybe we'll try it again tonight before we do Chrono Trigger. We'll try it then. We'll try every day. We'll try various different times to see when we can get in. Maybe 6:45 when I turn on the late stream, I'll try then, right? Like, what? This is just ludicrous that they won't give me an agent or even put me in a hold line. Like, what is that? All right. Dragon Lord did a super chat. And he's telling me all about stuff that I shouldn't know about yet in the game. Don't tell me about that. That's a spoiler. Okay, thank you, Dragon Lord, for the super chat, but no spoilers on Starfield. All right. So, I'm going to say Dragon Lord G. Okay. So, ladies and gents, that's the podcast for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be giving you a nice big updates on everything we did today in RPG Chill Fun Day, right? Today's all RPGs, all fun, all day long. Thank you very much for watching. I'm actually going to pump up my fans because I don't have air conditioning on today. I'm going to try to just go at fans today and see how it goes. I guess we'll find out. And thanks for another great and fun podcast. Always enjoy chilling with all of you. And you're a great audience. I appreciate that. The fall gaming season upon us and kicking up a notch. And maybe I'll get my refund for the Mortal Kombat pre-order so I can buy the higher level one soon. We'll see. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Peace out.